shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who does not exist. Michael Knight, a young loner on a crusade to champion the cause of the innocent, the helpless, the powerless, in the world of criminals who operate above the law.
Hello and welcome to Beyond the Night, brought to you by the Geekcast Radio Network and Audible.com. I am one of your hosts, Steve, Joe, and Mike, and joining me is Duyahn the Music Man. Hello.
Hello, sir. We have been away for quite some time. We need to get back into this.
It's only been two weeks, 3 weeks, something like that.
Yes.
And then, in between episode 32 and 33, we will be going on an indefinite hiatus again, because I found out that there is no decent copy of Knight Rider 2000 on iTunes, on Netflix, anywhere, so the show has to go on hiatus until I can save up some money to actually get the damn... I have to buy the DVD set to even see that damn movie, and I don't...
No, just buy the DVD separately from Amazon.com.
It doesn't have it.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Go look!
I will bet you $100 right now that
it was up there before. They must have taken the listing down. I
don't think so.
I saw it some time ago.
Knight Rider Season 1, Knight Rider Complete Series, Knight Rider 2000 VHS. Who the fuck still has a VHS player? Knight Rider 2000 by Jan Hammer. That's the soundtrack. Yeah, yeah, nope.
Oh my God!
Nope. The VHS.
Okay, you win. All right.
All right, give me $100. I'll put it. I'll put it towards the DVD set. You want to? Only $100. You heard it here first, folks. $100. It wasn't on a single DVD.
That is odd because it was up there like a month ago.
Yeah.
When I looked, that's funny.
No.
Wow.
On here is a VHS copy. Now, what you might have... what the hell is that? No, Did Joe Huth and, what's his name?
There is an unofficial Legacy Knight Riders guide.
No, there's Legacy. I have Legacy. It's in the other room.
I don't have that.
There's another book on here.
Mm-hmm.
Knight Rider, 30 Years of a Lone Crusader and His Talking Car, paperback.
Yes, that is him.
Right. No, I know, but that's different from what I have. That isn't Knight Rider Legacy.
No, but it's another Joe Huth thing.
Right,
yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get those two books on Kindle.
But yeah, no. You owe me $100.
Yeah, you'll be waiting for it, pal.
All right, let's get into today's episodes. Hit the turbo boost, Kit.
My name is Michael Knight. I'm with the Foundation for Law and Government.
He's here to try and help us.
I'm sitting on millions of dollars worth of oil. I don't want to be involved in any killings.
I know how much the Kobe burial grounds are worth to you.
Somehow, some way, we've got to keep the tribe and the land together.
I think you know what has to be done.
We gotta go around. No room for that, Michael.
First up today is by far the most boring episode of the entire series. Burial Ground. An archaeologist excavating an ancient burial ground is kidnapped by a man who gets the oil-rich Indian land if no artifacts are found. There was nothing.
I can't say anything about this episode.
There's only one thing when we go to scanners. But as far as the overall plot, this is your average Indian land burial, whatever, archaeology, hunting.
Right.
There's nothing here. The villain sucks. There's no... it's a 80s... I know we've said this plenty of times in the last 25 episodes of this podcast, but it's a complete 80s cliche and 90s... Anytime anyone does an episode like this, doesn't matter what show it is, it's most of the time for me it's boring as hell because there's just nothing there. I can see it coming a mile away.
Well, there's if you watch maybe the first 5 to 10 minutes and you can pick up what's probably going to happen next, you're going to either go to the next episode on the disc, or something. Because I watched this and I'm like, I'm bored,
Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. All right, we're gonna get to the scanners. Let's get to the scanners. The only interesting thing about this, Kit the God. It's the only good thing about this entire episode.
I agree with you on that. Because it was kind of funny, and because you kind of see David, sitting there. All right, God of the road. Just being funny because Kit's like, Michael, sometimes I don't think you appreciate me enough.
Yeah.
And one of the other, and I don't know if you have any other scanners on moments, but the ending I like was where Michael and Kit had the exchange of, Kit, let me answer that question with another question. What's wrong with being a partner, a friend? And he says, Kit says nothing. And then Kit says, but Michael, you could bring me flowers sometime. I know it was sappy, but to me it sounded funny.
It's not even that it's sappy.
To me it sounded funny.
It was funny, but the thing is, it's like they're trying to turn this into a marriage. They are not married to each other. You can't marry your car. You cannot have sex with an inanimate... Oh. Wait.
Just stop!
Let's move on to the next episode.
The semi's been hijacked. RC's in the hospital.
We've just lost all our top secret data.
Next, we're going to score something big. I mean, really big.
The ferret's no longer under our control.
Yahoo! All right, Nikki!
Stealing a ferret? This is your idea of fun, is it?
The UPF is armed with enough explosives to blow up a city block.
You and Kit must stop it.
It's coming at us head on.
That's the whole idea. It thinks it has us trapped.
Alright, up next is The Wrong Crowd. Bikers hijack the Foundation's truck and use its advanced computers to go on a crime spree. Poor RC.
I know! This is actually the one time we actually do not see him in this entire episode until the end.
Well, we see him in the beginning and the end.
Right, right.
Yep. But, yeah, no, this is one of the ones that that I had always watched and I had always liked, and there's a reason why, and I'll bring that up in the scanners, but the overall plot here is cool. It just seems as if I've seen this episode before, and I don't mean like, oh, I've watched this
particular one before.
Right. It seems like I had seen, like, because back in the day in syndication, this show would not air them
in order.
None of the TV networks aired them in order. So we'll come up to an episode later today that I'll say, hey, I know, I saw this before the other one. That's why it's a deja vu moment for me. What did you think overall of this one?
Do you notice that there are two plots? Sort of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, The Wrong Crowd, yes. We have a bunch of bikers who steal the semi. They want some vodka. Instead, they get the Foundation's mobile unit. And then on the other hand, you need to stop a ferret. Okay.
Those damn furry animals.
Yeah. And then the kid Nicholas, who is a computer genius, actually stops hanging out with them. And it's like, okay, you shouldn't have been doing this in the first place. So it's almost like you have three plots here, sort of. At least from what I got.
Yeah. Well, they all kind of converge around Nicholas because the ferret thing is his father's and his parents' pet project. So that's where the plots kind of converge on each other. I'm just so happy at the end they didn't give Nicholas a black jacket and sunglasses.
Like you're never going to get over that, are you?
No, Elliot is not a member of Flag at all.
Oh, they didn't do that to RC either.
That's because RC has his own style. He doesn't need to be a copy of Michael.
That's true.
All right, let's get to the scanners. Let's turn these scanners on. I love it when the episode title is said in the episode. Kit had said it about Nicholas.
Yeah.
I thought that was really, really cool. Hey, look, Colton is Nick from Family Ties. I looked this up.
Are you kidding me?
Go back and don't watch, but listen. Listen to the Colton kid's voice. He's the second in command kind of kid with the long hair.
Mm-hmm.
He's always talking like, "Come on, Erica." You know that
tough guy voice.
That actor is the same actor that was Nick, Mallory's boyfriend in Family Ties.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
And this is just one of those episodes I can just watch for enjoyment. They're, outside of the fact that it is kind of lame that they have another computer programmer kid episode, I still enjoy this one. I think it's really cool. I think it's interesting to see what would happen if the semi ever got stolen, and obviously we see that here. I can't really see anything here that is bad about the episode at all. What did you have for scanners on?
What I would have found interesting to see is, okay, Nicholas is, he knows about computers just like his parents. Now you remember Bonnie saying we've just lost all of our data. What would have happened if they had gotten into the Flag computer and studied about Kit? Something like that. Just something to that effect. Not necessarily hijack him, but been able to look at the commands for Kit, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, the episode is good. There is, the ending is, a cliffhanger because, of course, you have to time it just so that Kit turbo boosts before the ferret hits Kit and the ferret explodes. And it's like, okay, you have to stop this computerized ferret. Why would you program a ferret to do what it's designed for anyway? What is the point of that? Especially if you lose control of the device. Now, you lose control of the device, and then not to mention, you've got Nicholas and Bonnie controlling this thing.
Or attempting to control it, and you
see what I mean?
The whole thing with the ferret, that was just dumb, and we've kind of moved into scanners off here, which is fine, but that's kind of dumb because it's a seek and destroy vehicle,
right?
Really? That's all it does is seek and destroy. That's
what you program it to destroy.
Yeah, but I thought the whole point of putting in however, 100 million, 100 billion, however much money they put into designing the thing,
right?
You can't spend 100 billion for an army of these things. You just have one. And if it gets destroyed, your money's
it's gone. It's pretty much gone.
Yeah. So that's dumb, but
I mean, I didn't mean to go into scanners off at the same time, but it was just
it's all right.
It was just kind of one of those. But you see what I'm saying? TCFG. It's one of those things that, okay, you've got all this technology. This is what this is supposed to do. Okay, that's great, but you're then near the end of the episode going to target the semi, and Michael gives you a warning about that, and you shut off the comm link, or not the comm link, but the communications.
Yeah.
You know, and you shut off the homing signal to the semi, and it's like, yeah. Okay. That's pretty much it for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it just, I don't know. I still do enjoy this one. It's not as good as I thought it was as far as the plot, but overall it's an enjoyable episode.
Yeah.
So we will have to see what comes up next, because we are reviewing actually 4 episodes in this episode. I forgot to say that. I think I said the next 3.
You said 3.
Yeah.
Time for his lazy nap.
Fuck you.
Let's go! Turbo boost!
The lethal bacteria developed with a foundation grant has fallen into the wrong hands.
We're all familiar with the horrible death it causes.
I like it. The hammer of the desert will like it.
There's no way Kit and I can handle this alone. All of us are going into the field.
At least you're craving home.
If this is a hoax,
You'll pay for it.
If I can find it, somehow.
Up next is Night Sting. Oh boy. Bonnie poses as a jet setter to gain access to a foreign embassy, planning to ship a canister of deadly bacteria out of the country. I feel like I've seen this episode before as well. Chariots of Gold, I believe, in season 1.
You know what? That sounds about right.
Yeah, she posed as somebody, I forget. And then, of course, they figured it out. And
she got no. She got brainwashed.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was still, but
it's still around the same sort of plot in a way.
Yeah, it's still around the same sort of plot. This one was all right. I don't know. I'm getting to the point now with season 4. It's like, give me Scent of Roses, and we'll be done with it. Give me Scent of Roses and Killer Kit, and I'll be done. I'll be happy. But that's 2 weeks away still.
Oh, don't forget Voodoo Night. I'm just saying. I love making him do that, folks. You have no idea. It ruffles his...
You can't see this, people, but I'm flipping him off. Oh, all right. What are your thoughts on Night Sting?
Night Sting, I thought for the first time we see basically everybody going into this. Bonnie, Kit, but Kit and Michael were always, on every episode, but this time we see Bonnie and RC3 getting into the act of things. Pretty much, at the end, everybody finds out who everybody is.
Yeah.
Of course, Gay blows Bonnie's cover, and you can figure out the rest of it for yourself. I actually looked up the car that they were posing this for.
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of a neat car. I looked it up on Wikipedia. I thought that was kind of a neat thing.
Yeah.
A talking Lynx Imperial, though. Who knew?
Yep.
So, overall, the plot is good, but there are some boring moments.
Yeah, very boring moments. So, let's get to these scanners. Alright, let's turn these scanners on. As you said earlier, I do love that the whole team is in the field. I thought that was interesting.
Right.
Kit going undercover as the Lynx Imperial. I thought that was great.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I like the ending remark that Kit says.
A tomato indeed.
On the Night Industries 2000. Not a tomato on wheels. And the fact that, Kit gets a little, kind of, he makes, he gets his point across by saying, look, I did most of the work, in a matter of speaking, by playing as this car that wasn't even made here in the U.S. So, and to actually see Michael out of Kit he wasn't destroyed or anything, just driving a different vehicle.
Yeah.
Was, quite interesting. But, it's good. It was good to see him, interact with Kit every so often when he needed to interact with Kit.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really, really awesome. I really do enjoy this episode now that I think about it, even though I felt as if I had seen it before with the whole thing with Bonnie going undercover and then somebody finding out about it. And, I did feel that was kind of repetitive. But other than that, overall, I really did enjoy this one. And I really don't have anything for Scanners Off.
I don't either. It's not a bad episode. It is an enjoyable episode. There are a few boring moments, yes, but you can look past those.
Oh, yeah. After all, it's no Halloween night or Race for Life.
Ah, God! He's not going to let me live that down, folks.
Nope, never.
Which has extraordinary speed and maneuverability, not to mention firepower. Was hijacked during a test run.
They're going to have to come back here to get a duplicate system. And when they do, I'll be here to nail them.
The ship will be at the rendezvous point in an hour. Prepare to depart.
And we gotta keep them from getting to that water. Here's a rocket, more of them.
All right, and lastly up today, we have many happy returns. Michael races against time to find a stolen hovercraft prototype before a black market arms dealer can ship it out of the country. This also is Michael's birthday / vacation.
Rip off!
As I said earlier in the wrong crowd, I saw this episode before that one. So,
on TV, yes.
Yes, on TV back when it was airing as when I was watching it as a kid, I saw this before I saw that. So I was like, ooh, cool, hovercraft. And then I went, oh, wait, ferrets. So technically the ferret's not a hovercraft. It's more of a souped up car because it doesn't actually hover. It does have wheels.
Right.
But they're the same kind of
thing. It's the same kind of thing.
Yeah, it's the same general kind of thing. I really enjoyed this one.
This one was all right. This one was okay, but I guess you kind of had the bad guy playing the good guy as well. If you notice near the end, it's it just didn't. I don't know. It didn't appeal to me with this particular one. There were some good moments in it, yes, but it was just kind of like, really, somebody got double crossed, and we're gonna see who. So
yeah. But overall, I like this one. It's one I can enjoy because the whole thing with the hovercraft, that's just cool.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty damn cool. So we are going to get to the scanners.
Now's the time for Super Pursuit.
Let's turn the scanners on for many happy returns. Hey, look, it's Bergstrom without an accent. Peter Mark Richmond is in this episode.
Bergstrom.
Klaus.
Oh my God!
Yep.
He came back, huh?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Because I knew I recognized
Dr. Klaus Bergstrom. I forgot all about that.
Well, it's the actor that played him, but he's playing a different role this time around.
Yeah.
But I wanted to look that up before we recorded this episode to make sure I was right, and I was.
Now, he's the one that plays...
I forget.
I do too. He's not...
I think he plays the businessman.
Yeah.
That's behind it. So, that's really the only thing I wrote down for this one. I like this one. I enjoy the action of the hovercraft. I enjoy Kit versus the hovercraft.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, really. Yeah. But it's just, I really did enjoy this one. There's really nothing that I can think of outside of the general notes that we always have about some of these plots.
Right.
That was lame. Or, it's an inside double cross. No shit.
Thank God this one does not have a villain of the week.
Well, Yeah.
Well, what I mean by that is, it actually does have a plot. It's not one of those ones that you're going to just pass up after you watch the first 10 minutes of it. It actually does have a beginning, it has a middle, and it has an end. And a lot of the episodes have that, but this particular one actually doesn't. It almost, like in some of the other episodes we've talked about, it keeps you on the edge of your seat. Oh, what's gonna happen? This is cool. I don't want to turn the DVD to the next episode. I want to see what happens in this one. So I thought that one was pretty. I thought this was awesome. For that.
Yep. All right, we are going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back and rate these episodes, and then we'll close the show out after this.
Coming to Grand Rapids, Michigan on September 21st and 22nd is GrandCon Gaming and Comics Convention, presented by Celebration Cinemas. Join us in playing or chatting it up with fellow enthusiasts in a community that understands your passions. Get lost in the adventure of your favorite role-playing game. Admire costumes and art from vendors and attendees. Meet the creators behind your favorite mainstream and independent games and comic books. Check out unpublished games and sneak peek at things to come. You can get all this and more at GrandCon. For more information, please visit www.grand-con.com.
Hey, this is the Music Man 08, one of the co-hosts of the Knight Rider podcast, heard on Geekcast Radio. Do you like variety? Would you like to hear variety out of the clear blue sky? Then head on over to www.sky106.net and hear just that. Not only that, send us feedback if you have a show request, or if you think you have what it takes, fill out the application page to become a DJ. You can also add us to Twitter and MSN. Once again, the website to visit for all of this and more is www.sky106.net.
All right, we are back. What are you going to give for the Burial Ground?
I have to give it a 1.
Yeah. The only reason why this doesn't get a 0 is because Kit is a god.
Yeah.
So I give it a 1.
I give it a 1.
Yeah. All right. The Wrong Crowd. What do you give it?
I have to give it a 3. Just because I understand what the plot is. I understand what they're trying to do, but it's almost like an electronic terrorist type thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a 4. I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. The only reason why I took a point off is because the plot does actually, or the many plots actually don't make any sense. But I really did enjoy The Wrong Crowd.
Yeah.
Night Sting. What do you give that one?
4. Probably only because the only reason I give that a 4 is because we finally get to see Bonnie in action. Devin, even though he's not really doing anything, but he's still in it. And RC3. There's some interaction between all three of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4 as well. I did really enjoy it. I thought it was really great. As we already said, the whole team and the whole undercover thing with Kit, that was cool. What about Many Happy Returns?
I give it a 5.
I don't know about that, but
I think I mean probably just like because if it weren't for the hovercraft scenes and things like that, it would get a lower rating from me.
Yeah.
But I give it a 5 personally just because of that and the fact that, you see this long hook going into the hovercraft so it doesn't make sea and stuff and, But, and there's some other, action-packed moments as well, but I give it a 5 myself.
I'm going to give it a 4. The whole thing
Bastard.
No, well, a 4 is not bad.
Oh, I know.
It's not like I'm giving it a 0. I mean, it's no Race for Life.
Voodoo Night.
It's no shut the fuck up.
No, seriously, what's your reason for the 4?
For the 4 on Many Happy Returns is they didn't even like normally shows like this, shows like Knight Rider, shows from this generation. They will give you a tip off, they will give you a hint, or they will give you a clue as to who the bad guy is. And I kind of like and I kind of don't like that they didn't. But the guy next to what's her name?
Amy?
Not her, but the guy though.
Vince?
Yeah. You know, his whole thing, he was the one that I kind of saw it coming, but I didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
That they didn't even spend maybe half a second to just kind of like. Now there are other shows that I'll be like, oh, I don't want to know who the villain is right away. You know, I'll be like, oh, great, I could see that coming a mile away. This I didn't, and that's why I took a point off for it.
Yeah.
So you would have heard in the ad break an ad for Dion's other stuff that he does. So there's no sense in repeating it now.
No, there isn't.
No, there isn't. So thank you for joining us here on Beyond the Night. There are so ways to get in contact with us or leave feedback for the show. Visit the website, geekcastradio.com, where you can comment on each and every post that we produce. Email us, feedback@geekcastradio.com. Follow us on Twitter, @Beyond the Night is the show Twitter. Mine is TFG and Mike. What is your Twitter?
Mine is the Music Man 08.
Become a fan on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/GeekCastRadio Network. Call the voicemail line. Tell us the show you're leaving the message for and your name. 502-526-5821. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Beyond the Night and wish you'll join us next time when we will be reviewing 3 more episodes of Knight Rider Classic Season 4, those being Night Racer, Night Behind Bars, Oh No, and Night Song. For now, I am TFG and Mike with
the Music Man 08.
Kit, close the show.
But speaking of flying colors, they have a way of becoming the center of attention these days, don't they?
Do you think he's trying to tell us something?
Merely making an observation, Michael.
You know, I really believe that he's somewhat jealous.
Somewhat. Boss, he is only a couple of revs away from a very bright shade of green.
I wouldn't be caught junked in green.
Why not, Kit? I thought you looked absolutely stunning in red.
Yeah, I mean, I was getting the impression that your cover was actually beginning to grow on you.
Please, Michael. I'm the Night Industries 2000, not a tomato on wheels.
Crusader in a dangerous world, the world of the Knight Rider.